Good. How about you?
I'm great. I get to talk with you for I think our fifth time over the years. Uh, you're coming out here to Salt Lake City,
Yes, first time.
and if there's anywhere to prove that aliens exist, it's here in Salt Lake. You should taste the food. It's not of this earth. Certainly, the amount of interest in aliens and ancient aliens has grown, especially this last year with the government declassifying a lot of stuff and um, almost kind of admitting, well, yeah, we it's been happening.
Yeah, I mean, the past 2 months of this year have been extraordinary with the first congressional hearings about UAPs and UFOs. I mean, had you told me 30 years ago when I started all of this that one day there will be congressional hearings, I would have been like, okay, whatever, that will never happen. But here we are. And the fact that the US Congress is now exploring and investigating these UAP, UFO stories is truly extraordinary. And it is, in my opinion, one of the most amazing things that's happened in the UFO field because it lends credence to the idea that there's something there. What it is, who knows? But we are on the right track.
It seems to me like it's, as you say, it's lending a little bit more air of legitimacy to a lot of people's claims that they've seen things or experienced things who 30 years ago would have been, just dismissed as nutty and gone on. But I think that's the problem is we live in a society that unless everybody sees it didn't happen.
Well, yes, of course, and that's interesting because just because you yourself don't see something happen doesn't mean it does not exist. And so, to me, what's also fascinating is in light of this story or this observation that you just brought up, how many people always say that with our cell phone cameras, how come to this day we don't have any sharp or focused UFO pictures or film? And the truth of the matter is, we have them. You just have to go look for them. And if you look, it'll take 10 minutes, 15 minutes to find a clear Google image of a UFO. But also, have you ever tried to film or photograph a plane in the night sky? It's almost an impossible thing to do. It's very wobbly. The technology is not that great. I challenge you to go and take a crisp picture of a 747 even flying by the night sky or even the twilight or the dawn sky, and it'll be a challenge. And so this argument that, oh, everybody has a cell phone, so we should have thousands of clear UFO pictures, that's wishful thinking.
You have actually reached rock star status when you can take your show and do a live concert with it. Talk to me a little bit about how that works.
I don't know. This is something that has completely we were approached by Mills Entertainment with the idea, should we take Ancient Aliens on the road as a road show? And we were like, okay. And we never thought that we would actually able to sell tickets.
Hmm.
And sure enough, the first round of shows sold out. And so the reception of the fans was truly out of this world. And so we would have never expected this. And so the fact that the fans show up, it is something that you cannot encapsulate in words. We would not be here. The show nor the road show would be here without the fans. So my heart is deeply indebted to all of the viewers, the watchers out there. And, this is a way for us to give back to the fans. So we bring Ancient Aliens, the TV show, on the road. And on the road, it's a way for all the fans to come together as a community, to meet us, to see us on stage. If you want, you can meet us afterwards. And, I'm blown away that this show that began as a one-off 2-hour special, 240 episodes later, is still going strong and we still have the most amazing fans since day one. So it's hard sometimes to, but it's the fans. It's the fans that's it.
Well, it's also people interested in the story, because every story is different. Every encounter is a little different, and it brings people closer to other people who have experienced like situations.
Oh yeah, I mean these events, whether it's Alien Con or Ancient Aliens Live, the tour that we're on right now, it's a place of community. I mean, not only can you come together with people that are of like mind, but I've heard, for example, people whose husbands or whose wives were dragged, to those events because they were, yeah, it's my husband's thing or it's my wife's thing. I'm not really into it. But oftentimes afterwards, you meet some of these people again, and they're like, I was always on the fence hearing you guys on the show on TV, but now I've seen you guys live, so I'm now really on your side. So, you get to meet us live and you get to see how we interact with each other, without the cutting room floor. And so, so it's definitely an experience for the whole family. Bring your friends. It's a party.
Yeah.
It's a fun time for everyone, really.
And we need that too. We need to go out and just have a fun time and talk about things that actually the audience has a voice too, because there's Q&A and there's all kinds of things going on.
Yes. Mm-hmm. At the end of the show, there's a Q&A, and yeah, no, I mean the whole thing. It's an event for the fans, and also, by the way, like I said earlier, if somebody has never seen the show, it's also, you don't have to be a hardcore fan to understand what we're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a university lecture, so anyone can come by, and it's a good time for everyone, really.
In the 240 plus episodes that you have done, and the years that you have spent, in as an investigator, as a theorist, has there been a moment that's truly shocked you, that you've actually gotten goosebumps?
Yes. And the first example that always pops in my mind is when I was with Dr. Elcho Hasselhoff in London in 2018, when we filmed our special on the crop circles, where he is the one that proved to me in pictures that he shot of the wheat stalks. He showed the nodes of the wheat inside the circles and outside the crop circles. And he was able to show me that the nodes inside the crop circles are elongated by up to 300%. That means it's 3 times as long as the original. Now, that is a fact. In fact, I get goosebumps just talking about it right now. This fact cannot be taken off the table. It is there. It is staring at us in the face. And everyone, except the viewers of Ancient Aliens, decide to look the other way. But we should look at those elongated nodes, because no force in nature that we know of can do that. So what's going on?
Yeah, well, that I always ask
And
that.
that is one example, by the way. That's one example. I mean, and then of course, there's ancient sites.
Yeah.
There's paintings and carvings and ancient texts. But if you want physical evidence, it's the crop circles. And everybody says, oh yeah, crop circles, they're man-made. Sure, there are some man-made ones, but there are others, and I have seen them, and many people have seen them, where you have this differentiation between the node elongation inside and outside of the circle. So what is that? And that is a fact. And where are the physicists?
Yeah.
I could care less about the archaeologists. I want the physicists there. I want the physicists and the biologists and the whoever else, even the agriculturists should be there investigating this. But they have preconceived notions saying, oh, it's all garbage anyway. No, it isn't. We have physical evidence. You know what's garbage? When you don't look at the physical evidence and say there's nothing there to investigate.
In our final moments that we have, what do you think audiences are going to really experience when they come to one of the live shows?
So, like I mentioned earlier, the community, because everybody comes together as friends, because you're instantaneous friends because you're into the same show and into the same topic. And so in this 90-minute show, we are looking at different video clips. We're looking at slides. We're giving some behind the scenes knowledge from the show, and then there is a Q&A at the end. And then if you so decide, there's also a photo op afterwards. And the whole thing, so far we've done, I think, 20 of them, and each and every one of them, let me tell you, has been an experience. I mean, we're feeling the love, and I'm having a great time out there, because I've always said it, and I'll say it again: Ancient Aliens has the best fans on the planet.
They do. And Giorgio, thank you so much for your time this morning. And again, we'll all be attending the concert. This is just an amazing opportunity to meet you and the others, and just experience firsthand your passion for this.
Well, thank you very much, and I hope to see all of you at the show.
Thanks, and have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.